Everybody has struggles here and there, but what we see is that as they begin to submit themselves to the Lord, frequent the sacraments, and give themselves sacrificially in spiritual fatherhood and spiritual motherhood in their communities, there's a great healing, a healing of deep wounds.
Courage International ministers to those who experience same-sex attractions.
Well, in 1980 or so, Cardinal Terence Cook was looking around in New York at the AIDS crisis and the individuals who are trying to live their faith who are in the gay community. And he said, we need to find some sort of way of ministering to these people who desire to have, the fullness of their faith and also struggle with this particular thing.
The organization has chapters in 14 countries around the world, providing support for those who want to live in accordance with church teaching, grow spiritually, and serve God.
The individuals get together and they go through the goals and they kind of check in to see how they're living. They build each other up, and then they have a priest chaplain who can hear confessions and help guide them in that.
Members are asked to practice 5 goals, including living chastely, receiving the sacraments, fostering fellowship so they know they're not alone, forming chaste friendships, and being a good role model.
They live a very countercultural life, and yet they do it with great charity and great love.
Another program, Eden Invitation, is relatively new.
We have small groups, we have retreats, an online community, and local chapters.
Founded in 2018, it is an outreach to young adult Catholics who have an LGBTQ+ experience.
I can build friendships with people who really understand what I'm going through, who understand my experiences, and that God can meet me in this place, right?
Anna Carter, the organization's founder, says one of the goals is to provide hope that all have a future in the church.
We're really trying to provide a communal space within that church context, right? Within fidelity to the church, to her moral teachings, to the anthropological teachings.
Carter says Eden Invitation also allows those who experience discordance of sexuality and gender to open up to their families and friends about this vulnerable part of their life.
I do think our experiences of sexuality, our experiences of gender, they do affect us at our deepest core. But most fundamentally, the identity that is the most foundational is the one that I receive from God, right? Who made me in his image and likeness, and who calls me to become like himself, who adopts me into his family through my baptism.
Both Eden Invitation and Courage International follow a model of accompaniment.
Like our Lord, in the road to Emmaus, he comes to his disciples, right? And he says, well, what's going on? Right? He doesn't say, well, you're wrong. You don't understand the scriptures. Here's how it's supposed to be. He says, well, what's going on? Tell me your story. Tell me about what went on. And then he opens the scriptures and says, and so when you say these things, do they fit with this?
This model of accompaniment in Courage International expanded, offering programs for families called Encourage. The apostolate provides guidance for parents, siblings, and other family members to support loved ones who experience same-sex attractions.
And so we work with the family members to try and help them kind of cope with that, but also, encounter that person in a loving way, right? So that the person knows that they're loved, but also receives the truth.
Truth, but with compassion. Compassion, both leaders say, is vital to all outreach to those with gender discordance or same-sex attractions.
We need to be willing to sit with them, right, and walk with them in the midst of their growth and virtue.
To learn more about Eden Invitation and Courage International, visit the websites listed on your screen.